That's on you, man.
Me? Clarity?
Be clear in your answers.
I am clear. I'm always clear. I'm never vague. Come on.
You're vague often.
Vague? Am I? It's lower body. It's just lower body. It's lower body.
Can you tell us why, what's up with Mack Hollins?
Mr. Serious, good morning.
What's up with Mack Hollins? Why is he
Well,
is his career in threat?
I want to be vague. We'll start vague. He's continuing, his rehab. He's progressing. I'm not going to get into a lot of the specifics with him, but he's doing well.
But is it still the groin?
With him? Yeah, it's still the same previous injury.
Have there been setbacks along? I mean, it's been a long time.
No, not really. I mean, again, this is I'm not going to, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to get into all that. I don't necessarily understand it, but he's progressing well.
So do you anticipate seeing him at all during the summer at training camp? Do you have any idea?
Well, hopefully in the summer I won't see him because I won't be here. But
training camp starts early
yeah,
August.
training camp. I mean, I'm optimistic with him that he'll be there for the start of training camp. Yeah.
Is Miles Sanders back at practice?
He'll be at practice, but I'm going to hold him out again today. I just want to be careful with him, and we're not playing for a while. He's engaged in meetings. He's engaged out at practice, watching and a part of that. But right now, I just want to be cautious with him.
Hamstring with him,
Lower body.
What exactly happened with Josh Adams?
Josh?
Yeah.
What do they know about Josh? Just the shoulder, right? I mean, he's progressing. Again, he's another one that we're just being cautious with him. Don't want any setbacks at this time.
Do you anticipate having like Malcolm or Alshon or Lane or JP back this week or next week?
Well, again, we're still in that voluntary portion of the off season, and we're focused on the guys that are here. But I fully expect that everybody will be here next week.
You've had 2 weeks to see Carson now. What has stood out about watching him on the field?
Yeah, I mean, he's he's strong. His lower body's strong. His arm is strong. You're seeing the things that we saw a couple years ago when he was healthy, obviously, and he's leading the offense, leading the team, and really doing a nice job out there. Getting on the same page with Deshaun and really kind of getting that rapport going, and same with Nelly. I think Nelly's another one that's really had a good off season so far, and but yeah, Carson been real impressed with where Carson is.
Has the body responded each day the way you were expecting? Have you had to, I guess, hold him back at all?
No, we were cautious early. We just wanted to make sure that he was progressing each day, and we've increased his load, and he's handled it well. Again, we're always going to be a little bit guarded, with all our players, but especially him. But yeah, he's been good.
Jumping off of that, you haven't had a chance to see all of the receivers here yet, but what can you see from the chemistry that Carson's starting to develop with the guys that are in camp right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, getting together with Deshaun was probably the biggest one, and then adding JJ through the draft, and it's just, spending time, just having those guys out there, and you're seeing those guys, connect even after plays are done, plays are through, and talking, and Carson kind of going through what he saw, what they saw, and that's what it takes. This is that time where we can work out some of those details and really get on the same page with everybody, and I think it's been real good to have that dialogue with those players.
Doug, have you been told that Malcolm's going to be here next week? You said you fully expect all those guys.
I mean, that's just me personally. It's the first mandatory portion of the offseason, so as a head coach, I would expect that they would all be here.
You have a number of guys that have not been able to participate either voluntarily or because of injuries. What's the level of significance in your mind? I mean, when you're balancing having so many guys and so many leaders not being here?
Well, I mean, the guys that aren't here, they're veteran players. They're guys that have played a ton of football for us. They helped us win a championship a couple years ago, and so I'm not concerned really, with those guys not being here. Obviously, next week's a different set of circumstances because it is, as I mentioned, it's the only mandatory portion of our off season. But the guys that are here have been working extremely hard, and we're building that chemistry right now, kind of laying the foundation right now with the guys we have, and we'll carry it over next week, and then into training camp.
Doug, without Darren Sproles here, you're missing some intangibles, leadership, good example, things like that. You're also missing a skill set that really works in your offense. Do you look to kind of replenish that, fill that in? And if so, how do you go about doing that? Do you look for more from particular guys? Do you look at a particular player who might be similar in his skill set? How do you kind of fill that gap?
Yeah, it's, we have a player, Boston Scott, has been on our roster now since the end of last season, sort of halfway through. And, he's a guy that's can kind of fill, a Darren Sproles. He's in that same body type, same quickness. We're working him in a couple different situations as a runner, as a punt returner, and just kind of getting a feel for him because he wasn't a guy that we, initially brought onto our team early. And then, of course, there's other guys, but he's kind of been the one that if you say you're going to try to replace Darren, which you really can't, he would be the guy that is kind of taking that role over right now.
How much is, those four guys we were talking about not being here, how much has that benefited like some of the younger guys who are probably getting more opportunities now?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think it's great for the young guys, and really, I might have said this before, whether it's this spring or, last year, whenever, but, the offseason and this time of year is designed really for the younger player, the guy that you want to develop and grow into your system and see where they're at. This is that time we can really, go hands-on with them and teach and coach and put them on film and correct. And, it's a good part. I guess it's exciting for them, the young guys, because those are the guys that end up, as what happened last year, end up playing for you, and so now we can develop them.
Who are some of the players that have stood out? Say during this period?
On offense, I think Nelson's had a really good offseason. Dallas Goedert has really improved on where he sort of left off at the end of last year, on offense. We've talked about Carson a little bit. Defensively, I think, Avonte Maddox has kind of picked up where he left off. He's looking really good. I think Sidney Jones is playing, with the absence of Jalen and Darby right now, just playing with confidence and playing with great ability and skill. And the player that, that we drafted. And then even Rasul Douglas, I think, is another one that has had a really good spring. And I think all these guys have benefited. They're younger players that have benefited from playing in regular season games and even postseason games. So that's a valuable experience.
How does Big V look at guard, and is it possible he could play that position during the season?
Yeah, Big V's, he's handled it extremely well. We're still, you still cross-train him at guard and tackle and give him some reps outside. But he's getting comfortable in there. It's a new position. Guys are on you a little bit faster, but he's transitioned well. He's picked it up, and he's smart. He's right in there with Kelsey and handling, line calls and things that they have to do. And he's filled that role this spring well.
We've had a few weeks here with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. What have you seen from him? What has he showed you?
Yeah, this kid is he's got deceiving speed, long speed, number one. He's big, he's physical at the top. You can see some of his separation when there's contact at the top of routes where he can separate. Got a really good first step quickness at the line to release, and he's just a big body. We've seen him in the red zone a little bit and being able to, some back shoulder throws and some of the things you've seen on tape in college, and he's been impressive that way. But I would say that he's still learning how to run routes, learning I think how our quarterbacks throw and timing of things, and but he's had a really good spring.
To the question of soft tissue injuries that you had last year, Doug, have you made any adjustments to either training, stretching, things to try to avoid that this year?
We focus a little more on the core. We do it every year, but I think there's some things to be said. I think I think research, it's hard to track, because there's every team and the data that's out there, it's hard to track. I think we're getting more and more kind of caught up with the soft tissue injuries. I mean, we've got extensive history with ACLs and all this kind of stuff, but now the soft tissue thing is kind of taken over. So we're collecting more data on it, and so we're trying to be proactive with soft tissue, with stretching, core, exercises, given our strength. One of the things I did this spring was give our strength and conditioning a little more time to be a little more proactive in some of this, so we can, be ahead of the curve, and really try to focus on eliminating as many as we can. Obviously they're going to come up, but we're taking steps to be proactive in it.
Doug, one of the veterans this year is Brandon Graham. Now, you've played a really long time. He's now entering year 10. Can you speak to the achievement of getting to that number of years in the NFL, and then what realistically do you think he has left?
I mean, obviously Brandon, he's kind of the heart and soul of this football team. I mean, with his energy every single day, and what he brings to the defense, what he brings from a leadership standpoint to our team, it's pretty impressive that he's played this long. And really, to me, I mean, he can go several more years. I really do believe that. And he's one that, his career might have got off a little shaky, but I tell you what, he has come on, and the way he trains, the way he works, he's got everything in perspective, and that's important for players, especially at that age. That what's really important to him, obviously his family's huge and a big part of his life, and keeping all that in perspective, but yet coming to work every day, trying to improve, helping the young guys to improve. It's a credit, and I love having him around.
We got to run.
Is that it? All right. Thanks, guys.